dark and shit too in here.
No, it looks good.
All right, cool. Let me see if I can. How come I don't see you on the podcast? There you are. Hi, Torres, in the house.
Let's
Hey,
go.
how come we're not in the new gym, buddy? How come we're not in the new gym? You got internet there?
No, I'm still in Naples. I get up there on the first week of January.
Oh,
It's my
okay.
it's my last week in Naples right here.
You're in transition, as they say.
Yes. Yeah, it feels like 2 or 3 months of transition, you know? Yeah, moving's no fun, especially when you got to move an entire gym.
Yes,
The gym's not
especially
that
when you
big.
have to do it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, according to Roman, it's not that big of a gym or nice of a gym.
Rusty shithole, Rusty American shithole, Rusty American shithole. You know what's crazy too is that's our impression of everything in Russia. You know what I mean? Like rusty nails and shit, and like
Yeah,
sleds that when you push them, like arms break off and shit like that.
that's the only type of movies we've ever seen.
Hey, here's the thing though.
So,
Uh, well, let's go back a second. Hi, you used to coach Roman.
no, so actually, Roman was a brute athlete for I think like 3 years. It was the years when he wasn't able to make it over to the States. He was
Mhm.
coached by Nick Fowler. And so what happened
Renowned,
was,
renowned, good guy, right? Like everyone loves him. Everyone loves Nick Fowler, right? Good dude, right?
yeah. And I mean,
You mean
the
that? Good enough? You still friends with him?
him and I don't really conversate that much anymore.
Okay, okay.
Um, but during this time, I like the old brute owner put the responsibility on me to offer Roman a space to train and even to live. And so even though I was Nick's athlete, I had to do Nick's job for him.
Right.
And
Ooh, this is juicier than I thought. Okay, go on.
and whatever, we took him on. And different strokes for different folks. Maybe he wants the finer things in life, and we just want to win.
I yeah. I heard, now tell me if this is true. I heard you kicked Roman out of that bedroom in order to make room for Danielle. Is that true?
Yeah, I
I
didn't
heard
even
you had
know.
your priorities all fucked up.
I hadn't even met Danielle at that time though.
Oh, all right. So that you're saying that that's not true. You may even suspect that I just completely made that up.
It's a good storyline, honestly.
Oh God, it's so good. Okay, so give me a little history. When did you come on with Brew?
Man, I started with Brute 2017.
Were you an
So
athlete or an owner or a trainer?
no. So I was working with Nick Fowler's company back in the day. So Nick was like my mentor, if you will.
Okay.
And Nick made the transition onto Brute as their head of strength coaching
Okay.
programming.
Is that and
And
did the Cashew guy who I've had on here, did he own Brood at that time?
yes, yeah,
And this
him and Matt Bruce own Brute.
okay.
Um, and So Brute started a one-on-one program, remote training, and Nick and I were the first ones to basically start it. And then I've been with Brute ever since now.
Okay, so there was this company called Brute owned by Cashew and a guy named Bruce. Then they wanted to open up another arm of it, which was one-on-one coaching. Kind of like I had the Mayhem guys on recently, and they have this thing called performance coaching now, and they brought on I think Austin Stack and this guy Jake Foster.
Yes,
So
and
you guys,
Dom.
and Dom. Okay, so it was something like that. They
Yes,
expanded,
exactly.
and they just
Yep.
assigned it to you guys, to you and this guy Nick Fowler.
Man. Yeah. So basically, like Nick was my boss,
Okay.
and I was just a coach at that time.
Okay. Oh, just.
Um, yeah, and then my first like legitimate athlete was Jason Carroll. Uh,
Oh,
Yeah, back in the day. And
yeah.
then
Shit.
and
OG.
then Dallin when he was like 15, 16 years old.
Okay. Let's take a quick moment. We should not throw Dallin's name around loosely. Congratulations. I want to be the first to congratulate you
For what?
because Dallin's gonna fucking win the games.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Like it's gonna be like, and then yeah, it's gonna be fucking crazy. I mean, I've been
Yeah,
saying it for years. Don't anyone get it twisted. But
yeah.
he's starting to look freaky.
Well, every year he continues to make these big jumps. It's like he's starting to become a little bit more of a man.
Yeah.
Uh,
A
he's not
lot
a
more of a man. Like, he's more than a man now. He surpassed man. He really
yeah.
is something else.
Yeah, these we got some good goals set up for this year as far as training goes, and I mean the dude's been on a really good path, especially with his running, man. Dude's getting fast.
If somebody fucks up, it could even be this year. Like, if someone gets caught slipping.
Look, I'm not gonna say it's not possible, because the dude's been killing it the last like 3 years,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so anything's possible. And look, the stuff that Roman said, and I actually like the stuff that Roman said.
He
I
didn't
thought it
say
was
anything about Dallin, though, did he?
no, I
No.
thought it was a
He keep
joke.
Dallin's name out of his mouth. He fucked with Gee and Sprague. He picks on some
Yeah,
of the fucking weaker homeboys. Sorry,
yeah,
Mr. Sprague. But he ain't fucking with Dallin.
yeah. I thought the thing was a joke. Like someone was just doing a voiceover and just making words up for him. If we can get like a confirmation of what was said,
Mm,
what was
mm,
said was actually accurate.
mm.
But then everyone started talking, and it's like, oh, maybe he's being real. But anyway, you don't
It's
need.
double. It's double verified by the YouTube translation and then by some sort of audio translation
Okay.
that Pedro paid for. I mean, it
Okay.
still is pretty. But I mean, he went to town on a bunch of people. I mean, you got off kind of the easiest. You just have a rusty gym, and
Yeah, yeah,
you didn't make him part of the team. He didn't like that. He didn't like not being part of the team.
yeah. I mean, I guess he really just wants to do the same workout as everyone else is doing and just have fun with it.
He
Yeah,
he
teach
made it
their
seem
own.
more like he wants like team setting. But what's weird is they don't have that at Mayhem.
Yeah, and I
He's on
really
his
need to
own. He's
settle
on his
down.
own there too. I mean, from everything that it looks like, he's completely
Yeah,
on his own there. Yeah,
yeah. I'm not quite sure how it is ran
except for
over
his
there.
whooping boy Logan Ewing. He got a whooping boy over there.
Yeah.
He knows it. I ain't saying nothing crazy. Logan knows he's a whooping boy.
Yeah, I've never met him before, but Logan, that is. But hey, someone needs a sparring partner.
I want to see if I can turn this light up. You guys deserve to see me better. What the fuck is that knob? There was a knob. Hold on. You're all on your own. You're all on your own for a minute.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the CEO of this thing now, huh? How do I look at the chat? I want to see what people are saying. Comments.
Don't do anything crazy. Like, pick your nose when I'm gone. They can still see you. Don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, right. Roman works with Facundo.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. So when you started working with Roman, remotely, also, I didn't know this. Hinshaw, you didn't work with him remotely?
No, that was Fowler.
Okay, when Fowler was working with him remotely, Hinshaw and Facundo also worked at Brute at the time?
Yeah, so Henshaw worked at Brute. Facundo, I'm not quite sure. I don't remember
That's
seeing him.
that's what he says in the video. In
Oh, okay.
the longer version, there's an 8-minute clip somewhere that I saw, and he says that he used to work with Hinshaw and Facundo, and then Facundo left to go to Monkey Camp, and then
Gotcha.
he didn't go to Mayhem. I guess he just went to Monkey Camp, and
Uh-huh.
then he just worked with Hinshaw. It's really a incestuous group. All these people. I wonder when you do you own Brute now?
Yeah.
You own
Yeah.
Brute. You went
Yeah.
from the cashew guy and Bruce and Nick Fowler are gone.
Yes.
And when did
Yep.
they leave? Oh, and they left you with all these great people. They left
So
you with Emma. You didn't do shit. They left you with they left you with Emma and Fee Sagafi and the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
super wonder boy Nate and Danielle Brandon and Dallin Pepper. They just left you with them. They're like, here you go.
Yeah. They're like, look, don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
Tell me,
Yeah.
were they when they left you? What did they leave you with? Who did you have? What did you got? What did you got?
So
I mean, we know you had a rusty gym.
yeah,
Now they left you with the rusty
right.
gym.
You know what it is the remote coaches. I still consider like the remote coaches, their athletes are their athletes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're dressed up in the Brute stuff. But that's really all it is.
Can you give me an example of one of those? A remote coach
Yeah,
and a
so
remote
like
athlete?
Kelsey Keel
Oh,
works with Coach L, right? So if Coach
I
L
like her,
decided
by the way. Good head on her shoulders. Seems like just from the social media shit, like she's cool.
Mhm.
You could fuck
Yeah,
with her and she's cool.
super
Yeah,
cool
she
girl.
rolls with the punches.
Yeah, very likable. So if Coach L were to have left Brute, Kelsey probably would have just went with Coach L. You know, so basically what we did is we purchased the name and gave a little bit more money in good faith.
And when you purchased them, were those athletes there? Who did you get with the name?
No, so we don't get it. We don't get athletes with the name. We get all the IP. We get all the email list. We get all the training from
So
previous,
so it's
and
complete
so
horseshit what I said. It's complete
yeah,
horseshit.
it's like the assets are not the athletes per se in this purchase. The assets
Those
is essentially like what the to us the athletes are marketing, right? And so it's not it's if the coaches do their job, the athletes stay. If the coaches don't do their job, then it's just the way the sport works. Is they can get up and leave.
so those relationships, Fee, Emma, Dallin, Danielle, Nate, James, this powerhouse are all relationships that the Brute coaches from last year all cultivated, and now since coach a Dom guy, there was a Dom guy went to and so like you said, that's his athlete, and so the athlete has the choice. Hey, go with him. No hard feelings. You guys are a
Yeah,
team.
for the most part, and like
For the
why
most
try
part,
to
no hard feelings. For the most part, you go with him.
yeah why try to convince an athlete to stay if they don't want to stay though?
Oh no, that's dumb.
I do foresee a future where the training business is it's a completely different business model where our GM at Brute is negotiating with these agents for contract of athlete, so they're obligated to stay for 3 years. Right now, that's going to be in the future, and we need a lot more to happen inside of the sport of CrossFit in order for it to be like you know a viable profession for athletes. I still think it's crazy when I hear teenagers say, "I'm going to forego college to do CrossFit full time." And it's like, what? Like, if you're not inside of the top like 10 women and top like 9 men, you're gonna be earning maybe like 30 a year, maybe. Like you're better off just working at a bar and making 45, 50 a year, scrubbing dishes, and still doing CrossFit because there's still gonna be a large gap for you to continue to improve. But, you know, Um, I would love to see, and it's a conversation for a different day, but I would love to see in the future where, training companies like us, Think Tank, Mayhem, I don't know how ComTrain is, but Underdogs, like all these other like major companies, they have the backing of these major sponsors. To pick up these athletes, and then these agents can actually make some real deals. Like I hear it all the time from my buddy Cooper Marsh, and Zach Long. It's like it's frustrating to be an athlete and trying to get your manager and your agent to make these deals. And it's like, look, these companies aren't looking for another influencer. You know, it's like what are they going to pay you? $400 a month. It's yeah. Either way, without getting off.
I would. My toothpaste is about to launch. You might be a great. I might have to sponsor you. Are you accepting sponsorships? God, you got a nice grill. You and Dave Castro would be my first 2 sponsors.
Let's
What are
go. I
you? What
love Dave.
ethnicity are you? I'm not sure. He fills my kind of my Latin protocol.
Damn. All right. What do you want me to be?
My Latin needs, my South American marketing
Man,
arm. Damn,
the
look
the
at that
first
grill.
time, dude, the first time
I
we
really
met,
am coming out with the toothpaste, dude. I'm not joking.
I can't tell if you're joking or
I
not.
no, I am. I am a tooth powder. I'm coming out with a tooth
Let me
powder. I
see
know.
the mock-up.
I apologize. Okay, I will. I've partnered with Dale King. I use tooth powder because I'm totally against fluoride. It's a
What's
neurotoxin.
powder?
It's you basically you wet your toothbrush and then you bang it on the side and you dip it in. First of all, my mom and my sister have these really nice white teeth.
You're not serious right now.
I'm completely serious.
I am
Hey,
not gonna believe this.
let me even tell you what's even crazier about it. It has it's like ground up eggshells and like baking powder. Dude, you're gonna love it. And so what the thing is that it has no fluoride in it. Fluoride's just bad for you. We'll talk later, but I'm serious. I am
Yeah.
serious. And I'm so
Okay.
excited to talk to you. I feel like I'm with a girl and I just like want to just take her top off and I'm just like so fucking excited, but I need to chill. I
Hey,
need to,
come
there's so many subjects I want to hit with
yeah.
you that it's like I need to chill. Sorry. Thank you.
Come on heavy. I might reciprocate.
I'm like I need like 10 minutes to just ease in. Work with me. I'm supposed to calm you down. You need to calm me down.
I think you're already worked up from the whole power outage issue.
Probably. Okay. Like it
You're
just threw
just
me off my game and I'm
yeah,
all
you're just
nervous and like
you're overcompensating. Just
fair.
okay.
Fair. Fair. Very,
Yeah.
very fair.
Look at that. You're leaning into the mic. You're not even relaxed up
Well,
against
because
the
I'm
seat.
out of focus back here. Look at me. My camera turned off. My focus is
Oh, I
all
see.
fucked up.
Okay, I see. I see.
To 12 daily doses, take her top off. What are you, 11? Yeah. Just want to just see the bra and shit. See if it's a fronty or a backy. Okay. Where were we? Back to Brute. So Roman comes and is it a cool departure when he leaves? Is it contentious or you can't even tell because he's Russian?
No. Well, at this time,
He was great,
Roman,
right? Too. He was great. It's not like his training was suffering or his placement was suffering. He was savage.
yeah. So when I picked up Roman from the airport, he was in Wisconsin. I think Matt Bruce was getting word that he was potentially going to go over to Mayhem, and he reached out to me. He's like, "Dude, you got to get him." So I picked him up. Granted, he's been in the States, I think, for like a month, so he doesn't know any English at all. And it's like I guess his English is slowly starting to pick up. So every time we talked, it was through Google Translate or his translator, his manager maybe, or his translator would come on the phone, and like I would talk to him, and then it would be a translation. So we go over to the gym. He does his workout, and Grant, I'm not programming for him. He has his own programming from Fowler. The next morning, it's Saturday. I come in, it's like 2 o'clock, or not morning, or the next day, Saturday, and he's sitting on the couch, and he has his translator on the phone, and his translator is just like, "We're gonna leave," and I was like, "Hold up." Yeah, like there's been a lot of parts that had to be put together in order to get him down here. It was a lot. It was very stressful for that like week of trying to figure everything out. And he's like, he doesn't think that he can win the CrossFit Games here. He thinks that Mayhem is going to be the better option. And I told him, we've had athletes at Brute that have left Brute and went to Mayhem. Granted, you know, there's the relationship. It's always been with Fowler. So the relationship was, they were going to head over to Tennessee and they were going to keep doing Fowler's programming and everything was going to be fine. Now, this time around, when, fast forward to he goes over to Mayhem and trains, he is actually still Brute. So he was at Mayhem training, still Brute. And he goes over to the games and I think he gets what, third or maybe second? Not last year, but the year before, right? Um, and then that year he drops Fowler. And then he gets whatever he got last year, third or second or something.
12 daily doses. Look at this guy isn't this guy and I are like mortal enemies. He hasn't done. He used to donate money all the time, and now you're here and he's back. He hasn't donated money like in a year. I mean, I fought with this guy good. Merry Christmas. Sev's on a vacay for a while, so looking forward to mornings with you for a while, babe. $50.
Solid.
Fuck. Maybe I could pay that to what's the guy's name? Roman, and he could come here.
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean, I feel like Roman's doing well. So,
you mean like financially well or training well?
I think financially well. I think he's doing. I mean, he lives in Tennessee. It can't be that expensive to live,
And he got third place money. He got.
Yeah, I mean, and they just got paid a week ago.
Yeah. Oh, so he's flush right now.
Yeah, I think he's
You
doing
don't
all
like
right.
how long it took him to get paid, do you?
No,
I personally
it's
don't
like
care. I'm okay with it. I heard you say if they're gonna be professional athletes, they gotta get paid sooner. But what about the drug testing thing?
I'll say this. I don't know enough information to have like, a talk about why they're getting paid so late. Drug testing, I mean, just I guess consider other sports that have drug testing.
Right, test them faster, don't be a douche.
Like how difficult can this really be?
Why do
Is
they
there
need their money so fast anyway, though? Just chill. Just chill.
I mean, a lot of these people depend on it, you know.
Nah,
There's
just
not
move back home with your dad.
exactly. Like, that's it right there. These athletes are risking far more because there's not enough money in this sport
Mm,
than any other sport. I think of like the MMA back way back in the day
mhm.
when like Reebok was the title sponsor. I think like the money that I was hearing that they were making compared to like what the owner of MMA was making, it was just like
It's
you
nothing's
know
changed. Being a fighter is the top 1% are getting, and I'm personally okay with it, but you have a more intimate
Mhm.
relationship with these athletes than I do, but the top 1% are getting 90% of the money.
Yeah. And that's I would say that's it holds true in CrossFit as well.
Yeah,
Specifically for sponsorships. Like with I mean this is it. It's like if you're a male, you have to be winning. And if you're a female, you could be good, but it's like you have to be likable,
right,
right? And
right.
so you don't have to like necessarily be winning to earn a great income in the sport.
And even if you're likable, dude, Emily Rolfe should be like queen of CrossFit, I think. I don't understand what the
Yeah.
fuck's going on. Like, someone needs to fucking get her and catapult. She's cool as shit. She was on the podcast. She's fucking smoking. She's crazy athletic. Someone needs to
Yeah.
launch her into this. Someone needs to get her and use her and launch her into the stratosphere.
Yeah, she's a cool girl.
She should be like one of in the million club.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough about that side of the sport to really like understand.
The 12-year-old Instagram TikTok side.
Yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
about that post? Danielle made an insane post the other day. She said something about, God, where's Caleb when you need him? She said something like, uh, hold on, Where that does my Instagram even work? Keep getting kicked off. How do you search on this thing? Oh, I'm not even signed in anymore. I've been out of town. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Come on, man. You've
This
been
is
on
a
vacation?
I don't do vacations.
No?
Yeah, don't use that word around me. As it's just,
Yeah.
you triggered me.
You've
I don't do
been you've been
I
you've
don't
been
compare.
working
Do you
you've
do
been working
vacations?
remotely?
I don't compare. Yeah, yes, thank you. Thank you. How many fucking accounts does Danielle Brandon have now? How do you go to
Yeah.
well, that account doesn't work. Let me see what
So wait,
the
so is there is there
are you still dating her?
is there information about this documentary coming out from the games?
There is. Oh, look at you.
Mhm.
You want to trade information.
Well, I mean, I saw what you posted on it, but
Oh,
what did you
mine's
say? There was
different
like
than hers. Mine's
there was
different
like
than hers.
seven. No,
Hers.
I mean like from you.
Oh yeah, very soon. Very soon.
There's like what 7 episodes?
More, 14 episodes.
Solid.
Yeah,
That's good, man. You're trying to bring that spark back.
you guys are gonna love it. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, listen to this. She writes, sometimes when I have so many layers on, people around me don't even know the rig that's under here. Uh, That's fucking brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah,
Does she write her own shit?
of course. You know what it is like she's relatable because she's human. It's not just like fitness, nutrition, sleep recovery, sets and reps all the time. Like I mean, the common me, I'm one of them, the common folk, like we're not just like thinking of how we can be better fitnessers all the time, you know? It's like I think that's what makes her relatable. I think that's the reason why a lot of people enjoy her. And when you meet her in person, like it's just a super nice human. So
She's not bossy.
no, not like in front, like friendship wise. Like she's bossy when she needs to be bossy, as
Yeah.
far as like work goes.
She's
Like
not
anyone.
bossy, high maintenance. I figure this is seriously what I think of Danielle Brandon. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, pit bulls are so nice. I love pit bull. The Stafford Terrier is so good. The greatest dog ever." Oh, they're totally misunderstood. But every time you go to the fucking dog park, that one asshole dog that's taking the ball from every other dog
Hmm.
until it escalates into a fight is a fucking pit bull.
Yeah.
And that's how I figured Danielle to be. You got her at home, you're sitting on the couch, it's all good. You get outside, there's fucking ball rolls by and it's fucking pandemonium. That's kind of
Yeah.
how I is there
I think, all right, so I can see where you're coming from. Think about it
okay.
more like this
Okay.
comparison is, if all people see is what you're doing at work and you're a high level leader in your job, and all they ever see is you at work,
Yeah.
sometimes it may look like uh it's not the most pleasant environment, but look, you want to be great, right? It's like that's, and people are getting the inside scoop on you know again, like high level, like C level, if you will, employees at a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
It's not going to look like everyone's like shaking each other's hands and giving each other's hugs and like rooting each other on. They're going to be like, look, get your shit done, or I have another person coming in here the next quarter that's going to replace you. Right.
Right.
And it's a
Right.
very high stressful job. But if these same type of documentaries or whatever, whatnot, follow her just on a daily basis and like go out with her when she's having dinners and she's just going out afterwards to enjoy her night, you're going to find that people are going to be like, wait a second. And that's what tends to happen, I think, is like, when people say, um you know Danielle is one of the nicest CrossFitters I've ever met. Like, she actually gave me the time of day to talk to me, and she was just laughing with me and whatnot.
Yeah.
That is the part that's not aired, you
Mm,
know?
mm, mm,
But the part that is inside of your place of work, that is very high tension and extremely competitive. So I think that's the tough part about it is,
mm.
it's just the way it is
She doesn't seem to mind it, that characterization of her. I mean, and she shouldn't. Like, I think of her as hyper
no.
competitive. I don't mean it in a derogatory way.
Yeah, and no, I don't think
Maybe a
like,
little.
whatever. It is what it is. It's like she
Yeah.
can't be out here changing people's minds. She just needs to do her job.
Yeah. And people love it. People just love her. Here, I'm sorry, 1 second. David, you're such a fucking moron, dude. You are completely out of your fucking mind. If Danny did the same post, Sevan would go batshit crazy. I would love it if Danny did that instead of fucking shaking her ass and her tits around and acting like no, she doesn't want anyone to stare at it. I would love it if she did that. If she was like, ladies and gentlemen, the world's greatest ass. Instead of filling her Instagram with 600,000 photos of her ass and saying, don't stare at it. You're a fucking idiot. You're on timeout. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking trolling piece of shit. Okay, back to the show. Met Danielle at Northeast Semis,
Yeah,
easily the most approachable athlete. Yeah, she's great.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love her. Trigger level, David, 8 out of 10. Sorry, I wanted to give you a 9 so bad. It's probably more like a 6, but I tried to put on a show for
It's funny. It's funny when you get triggered, but then you laugh at yourself because you got triggered.
yeah. I'm trying to put on a show here for the coach. Okay, I want to go back to that 3-year thing you said. I'm not letting you off the hook with that. There's something you said that's like two things that I'm having trouble um uh what's it called, reconciling. On one hand, you're saying you don't want to keep an athlete somewhere that doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Don't convince him. And the other hand, you're saying, hey, it would be nice as coaches if we could get a 3-year commitment to people because of the energy we're putting into them.
Hmm. So
uh
yeah. So if, let's say, in that example, this is, if an athlete wants to get quote unquote traded in this example, we would find a way to trade the athlete, right?
okay.
If we don't feel like they are performing at their best, or whatever particular reason, then we find a reason to trade an athlete. But in the way the sport's designed right now, and it usually happens at times of the year where a big competition just changed, and they're like, everyone's like looking for changes. Every year after the CrossFit Games, things get shaken up, and then like things go. It like, how cool would it be? I don't know how much sports you watch, but how cool would it be to have like a trade deadline, and then athletes are becoming free agents, and it's another storyline. uh and here's the thing, like, the storylines are great and all, but I think what's even more important is creating a sport where athletes can actually make money. So each camp or team would have 5 spots for high, like a top tier male, top tier female, and then, tier 2 male, tier 2 female, and then like one teen athlete that's like a up and coming,
Right.
you know? Like that would be really, really cool. Now, granted, like there's a lot of things that need to happen in the sport. One is the prize purses need to be, continue to rise, which whatever, time will come. But also athletes need to get paid just like any other job on time. Like, I think there needs to be like some sort of, and I don't read these contracts at all, but they will get paid out from the CrossFit Games by X date,
Mm.
right? Expect your money to come anywhere between this and this. But at least the athletes need to know, like, if it says expect your check to come between August 8th and December 30th, at least these athletes can now plan appropriately, you know, instead of being all hyped that they just, work their ass off and earn this money, but at least they can financially plan for what is not to come.
The thing is if you want someone to sign, I'm going back a little bit because I'm not happy with the answer. If you ask an athlete to sign for 3 years and after a year they're not happy, you're saying you would help them leave, but you still kind of own them. You know what I mean? And I guess the only threat you could have, you couldn't say they couldn't compete unless somehow you got CrossFit to be in with you, but you would have some sort of like litigation against them. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it helps the athletes. It seems like it helps the coaches, and I'm not against helping the coaches.
Yeah. So
I've had contracts with people. I've had agreements with people for this show to work with me, and the agreements didn't get followed through on, and I could give two shits. I didn't care. I didn't like the agreement is just kind of there.
Yeah. I think the like these types of contracts, if we're talking about millions, it's gonna
Okay. I didn't think you were talking about that. I
right.
thought you were just thinking like you wish you would have had a 3-year contract with Roman because that wouldn't have been for millions.
No,
No, you're
no, I
not
don't.
saying that.
Yeah,
Okay.
if
Okay.
there's no money, involved, like,
Okay.
I'm just the idea guy in this concept. I
Yeah.
think like potentially like Cooper Marsh would be someone that would probably be the one wrapping his brain around what that would look like.
Yeah.
But I see a time where we out like my camp brute, we have a top tier sponsor, let's call it blank apparel, right? Whatever it is, and they're sponsoring x amount of millions of dollars for
Yeah.
us to have the top tier athletes and the top tier athletes in their clothing,
Yeah.
right? And so our quote unquote GM at this time is negotiating with the agents, no different than the way that money's being handled or negotiations are being handled in any other major sport. We're probably not talking about millions. Let's just call it hundreds of thousands. But either way, in this scenario, let's say this is just one case. If an athlete wanted to be traded, uh, we would work out a deal with whatever company to buy them out of their contract,
Right.
uh, you know, and take the athlete. Now, what does an athlete want? Do they want to win? And I'm telling you, this is crazy, but in the sport, this is how it is. Does an athlete want to win, or do they want to retire as a CrossFitter and be okay? Because there's like, if you're going to the CrossFit Games, there's only, I believe, like 3 to maybe 4 CrossFitters at every single CrossFit Games that will believe that they will win,
Mhm.
right? The remaining CrossFitters are like, okay, I just got to make this cut. I just want to be good enough to make this cut, you know? So what I'm trying to say here is not, there's going to be CrossFitters that do the sport for their entire lives and will not win, may not even hit podium, but they do want to retire and be financially okay.
Mhm.
And there's others that, their aim is to win the CrossFit Games.
Hey, I just thought of an example, and tell me if I'm totally off subject, but something it could be like this. Brute could get a sponsor from the Muppet Show, and the Muppet Show says, "Hey, we're going to give you $500,000 a year. What we want to do is we want to paint a giant Big Bird on your back wall." And you're like,
Right.
"Okay." And part of the contingency is that you have 5 athletes that are always going to the games. And then when you decide to coach people, you're like, "Hey guys, just listen. The way this gym is funded is we have a fucking sponsorship with the Muppet Show. If you leave, We have in our contract from the Muppet Show that you're 1/5 of that, and then you'll have to pay $100,000 to them to leave, and then you're free to go. Do you want to be a part of that? And what you get with it is free access to this gym and in the coaching, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. So that there's relationships where there's synergy, where there's buy-in from everyone. So you still can leave, but you have to remember, we all got Big Bird because we all agreed as a team to get it. Okay,
So,
I got it.
so
Big Bird on the
takes
back. Big Bird would be dope. Well, the Muppets shouldn't. Fuck the Muppets.
Yeah.
Never mind. They
I
sold
mean,
out.
what's the difference between
They're the
Big Bird
Pfizer
and
Muppets now. They got bought by Pfizer. Sucks. The Muppets.
Oh my God. What's the difference between Big Bird and Pukey?
Yeah, Pukey's great. Cool. Good. Yeah, let's do Pukey.
So look, so I got
Pukey didn't take the shot, dude.
No, I know.
Dude, when they tried to put the needle in him, it broke.
I agree.
He vomited on the doctor.
They told him to relax and just stay flexing the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, Pukey's totally on steroids, by the way. That is something that's never been said before.
Pukey was like, this is what our athletes will look like in the future, believe it or not. No one believed it at that time.
Right.
And now our athletes look like Pukey.
Yeah.
I got that idea, by the way, from the Tour de France Netflix documentary. I'm like, how the hell are these cyclists making so much damn money? And they're major sponsors that are attached to these teams, like Jumbo Visma. Jumbo is one company, Visma is another company, and they're sponsoring these teams. And it's like, wait 1 second, why aren't we doing something like this?
Athletes and sponsors need to figure out how I believe that the athletes can do more for the sponsors. Athletes need to figure out how they can do more for the sponsors.
Take it out of the athletes' hands and put it onto our hands. We can find the marketing team, the athletes, we do it. Let the athletes just be the athletes. If they got to show up for a commercial, they'll show up for a commercial. But if we take it out of the athletes' responsibility, these athletes they're influencers, but they're not creatives. You see? Like, you can think of a couple.
I don't know. Danielle's pretty creative, and Dallin has tapped into a vein recently. Dallin's tapped into a vein. He's getting pretty fucking hip.
I agree. What's that, like 2 and 200? You know what I mean?
Dallin, I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying. Fucking Torres is fucking it all up.
I'm saying like between Danielle and Dallin.
Not 2 and 200 posts, 2 and 200 athletes. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like that's like
you're right. Someone does need to steer Emily Rolfe. She's cool as shit, but like some of the shit she does, like I've seen some of the photos out there. I'm like, who the fuck? Don't let these people take photos of you anymore.
Yeah, I mean, look,
these aren't the right creatives around you. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
Look, I just want to make a like a viable career path for these athletes.
Or you could just be the best. Like Tia and Matt don't even have to worry about any of that shit at all. You could just win 5 in a row, and it just.
Look, if you want to be a good athlete, Brute has a pretty good track record so far. I think we have a pretty good chance of making some high-level athletes. We can continue that path. You know what I mean?
One of my friends told me that had a prolapsed anus, and he says your new logo looks like his prolapsed anus. That squiggly pink line.
Does that mean that he got to our website? Because that shit works.
Whoa, yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. It's relatable.
Look, I'm okay, Granted, like our website's still getting developed right now, but
it's relatable. God, I wish Kayla was here to bring up the prolapsed anus.
Yeah, I don't even know what a prolapsed anus is, but
I'm going to show you. It's the pink Brute logo.
Yes.
Have you talked to Roman since his post?
No. I've spoken to another athlete that was just like, Roman. Basically, what we said is like he's just a little contradicting himself.
Yeah.
After the CrossFit Games, he was talking about Adler chirping him during the run.
Yeah.
But now he's just chirping everybody. It's like, come on, man. Like,
how's it going to be in the gym for him now with Guy there? Like, he basically said Guy's just a fucking. He dumped Guy like.
That's why I was saying I don't know if this is real or if this is just satire.
Like Danny Spiegel's a legit fucking CrossFit Games athlete and a legit fucking just a thirst page. But he just fucking dumped Guy off into the thirst world.
What did he say about Guy?
He basically said he's done. He basically said Guy's done and Ricky's done. But he really said Guy is done. Hold on, someone send me
He said Guy's done, like
Here,
I'm
hold
talking
on.
about like he's not going to be able to win anything.
Let me pull this shit up. Holy fuck! I just took off my glasses to see my phone. That's a pivotal point in my life. I'm getting old. Never done that. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Bear with me here. Scrolling down. I'm in the Illuminati thread. God, I bet you wish you were in
What
here.
is that? Is that Reddit?
No. It's a special group of. It's like the A team. It's a special soldiers of fortune I've put together.
Yes.
To build the most comprehensive intel group in the CrossFit space. Guy is not a games athlete anymore. He'll be dropped by sponsors. He posts lifts on Instagram, but he's got really no point at the games.
That's what he was saying.
Gangster.
I wonder what today's like.
Today's what?
I would love to be a fly on the wall. You know, just
yeah.
like he just shook up the whole like.
Lazar beats. How about this? Lazar beats himself. Justin won just with pure luck.
Yeah.
How about this? Ricky comes back for one more year. It won't be easy for him, and then that's it. We'll never see him again. Pat's 100% guaranteed never to make the podium.
Look
at this. Matt Torres can't keep his eyes off of Danielle and give anyone any attention over at the Brute Camp. Jesus Christ! No, he didn't say that.
Yes, that's the only one that was believable.
Good.
The other ones are just not even believable.
But Danielle's gone.
Yeah, so Danielle's training in Nashville.
Is she a Brute athlete?
You know, with Danielle, she is working with a Brute coach. You know, I can't say like what is someone else's brand. You know, she's working with Coach L. And
wait. That's not true. Well. Because wait a second, Mr. Torres. I want to be very polite to you. You're in my living room, and would you like a sparkling water or anything?
No.
Okay, but Dallin is a Brute athlete.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look.
There's been some sort. You and Danielle had a very close relationship, and right.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe even intimate, more intimate than most other athletes that you have with.
So what are you asking now?
And now she's moved.
Mm-hmm.
The camp is moving to Jackson, and then but she moved to a different state, and she's with a Brute coach, but you can't say if she's a Brute athlete or not. So there's been some sort of shakeup.
Yeah, I mean, no, it wasn't. I don't think it was a shakeup as much as it was like that's how it was last year as well. You know, you've had her on when, you know, she said she works with me. I'm her coach. You know,
right.
But it's to each athlete, it's how they want their brand to be recognized. It's just how it is.
Okay, so she didn't identify. She wanted to keep her Danielle Brandon energy separate. She used the Brute facility. She used the Brute coaches, but she wasn't a Brute athlete in her mind for her sake. And you're respecting that the semantics around that.
Yeah, it's my objective is to create champions. That's literally it, and that's the same thing for Coach L. You know, all we aim to do is that, as a coach, as Brute the owner, my job is to create a strong company, a flourishing company. And so there's two different hats that I need to wear during that time, and there's also a you got to treat each athlete a little bit different, and in this case it's we're gonna do everything in our power to help you reach your goals as in the sport, and that's how this relationship is.
At any point, did Danielle Brandon, CrossFit superstar, court you? What was there into maybe not seduce, but like one level below seduce? Was there a courtship process? Was she courting you?
No, I don't think that was ever the case.
Were you courting her? Were you ever courting Danielle Brandon? Were you ever like, hey, would you like to go? Would you like to different than a coaching relationship? You like go to the movies and hold hands and like kiss and like look at each other inappropriately long gazes into each other's eyes.
I mean, when two people like each other, and
yeah,
You do what two people want to do. Yeah.
Right. So there was and you were her coach, and you were interested in her as a man might be interested in a woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, period.
The big I think the big takeaway is this.
Yeah.
Um
This
she's
is so
she's
good.
she's at a place where this is the
I'm not
first time.
wait a second. I'm not fucking beating around the bush. What the fuck do you want me to ask him? I'm not beating around the bush. We're just two men talking. I'm not trying. I'm asking questions that are none of my fucking business for the sake of ratings. Easy. Fuck. Give me a fucking break. My mom raised me right. You want me to ask him? Okay, sorry. Go ahead. So sorry. What were you gonna say? Between a man and a woman, what?
They she I think this year is gonna be a great year for her. You know.
God, you're like Kobe Bryant. Did you go to media training?
Yeah, right.
I refuse to answer the question, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Did you guys date? Did you guys date?
I mean, it's whatever you believe we are.
Yeah.
I think you can lend towards that and lean towards that. You know.
Is there? Do you do you want to keep things private? Is that why you don't want to be like, yeah, once she moved 3 weeks after she moved in, she never slept at her own house again.
Is it easier to keep stuff like that private? It is, because there's just a lot of scrutiny out there.
Right.
Which, whatever,
But it is
what it is.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about and analyzing.
No, and look, there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that at all.
I mean, she's something else. Like, everyone wants to. She's something else. She's yeah. It's a when it is interesting that she was at she has a bit of a Tasmanian devil. Are you familiar with that character? He like spins and just shit gets fucked up. He's unstoppable.
I was big on Looney Tunes.
Yeah. There is a Tasmanian devil persona around her that she was at Underdogs Athletics, and there was she created a tornado there, and that now she's at did 1 year at Brute Naples, and now she's gone. Is there do you think that she's a bit of a tornado? Do you think she's a disruptor?
Look, Emma did 1 year at Brute Naples, and she's gone too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
right.
And
but she was your athlete for a long time, right? She was a Brute athlete for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's it goes beyond just like coaching and programming with these athletes, like anyone. And so with Emma, it's, I think what she desires out of CrossFit is not just to win the games anymore. I think there's like a little bit more like religious aspect attached to it now that she has a little bit of a platform. Dom is that guy for her.
And Elle is coaching Danielle.
Yeah.
Does Danielle's BO smell good?
I mean, I don't think anyone's BO smells good.
Oh, come on. All right. Does it smell bad? My wife's BO is fucking on point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Leppy Le Pew, Looney Tunes. You know how like he would like float around.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's something that any person, not just her, it's just something that if you smell your BO, you're gonna probably try to distance yourself from people.
No,
I don't know. I don't know what hers.
Not me.
I don't know what hers smells like. I'm gonna be honest.
You think does Dallin wear deodorant when he works out? Do the athletes wear deodorant when they work out?
I would imagine. I feel like athletes should be sponsored by deodorant companies. Like, there's some things that they have to use every single day.
Yeah.
And deodorant's got to be one of them. Like, when you're in the gym, like when you went to the first CrossFit gym, and those like that one person in the gym, you're like, buddy, like whatever, girl, guy, and you're like, man.
BO doesn't bother me though, but some people do have a stench. Like if you got like meat stuck in your teeth, or if like your feet smell like you got some yeast shit in your feet, or like,
I always think it's the people that try to make like the vegan deodorants. You know, like they try to make the deodorant themselves. And
Yeah.
it's like, I think you need aluminum on your deodorant to cover whatever's going on there. Like some people need it, some
Mm.
people can get away from it. But these all natural deodorants, sometimes I just don't know if it does it, you know?
I think people have been brainwashed and they need to change their perception of what the odor is. I smell BO. I'm like, oh, that's a hardworking motherfucker. That
Yeah.
is. Now, there are certain shirts. There are certain shirts I have. Like, there are some like shirts that are kind of plasticky, and like you put them on 2 seconds after you shower, and you stink like BO. You know that shirt?
Yeah.
Like, wow, what the fuck's wrong with this shirt? It's like I don't even. I'm like
Yeah. I know you
exalt.
can't use them. It's like it's the cotton shirts, right? You're like, man, this can never be used again. It's got to get burned.
I thought it was like not cotton shirts. I thought it was like plastic shirts.
You know, the like my thought was this is like the Lulu shirts back in the day. I would wear those and see how long I could wear it for before I have to actually wash it. And it
Oh,
would work great.
silver
It would
lining in them that fights the deodorant. Line sewed with silver.
see, you get it.
Hey, dude, get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is your name anyway? Cuck boy? Get the fuck out of here. First of all, you tell me to stop asking him questions about Danielle. Then we pivot to deodorant and you say boring. Get the fuck out of here. Douche. I hope you drop one of those kettlebells on your fucking head. Jody Lynn, Matt, you are being so gracious. Thank you for putting up with Sevan's ridiculousness.
See, I like Jody. She look, she looks nice too.
Oh, she's great. She's great.
Jody, Jody. Was it Jody or Judy? I couldn't tell. I'm on my phone.
Jody.
Jody.
I'm at the Brute page. Dallin Pepper. Brute athlete.
Yep. This is our page is not updated, by the way.
Okay, James Sprague.
Yep.
Is he still training with you guys?
Yep.
I heard he moved. I heard he's not.
He's in. So James is in Idaho, but I'm still coaching him.
And Roman couldn't say anything mean about. Did he say anything mean about James? I can't remember.
I don't think James was down when he came yet. It was
Hey,
Phil Toon was there.
Don't let that. Oh, that's all. How is Phil?
Strong.
Yeah, strong as shit, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if he said so. James didn't take one between the eyes. Emma Carey, Mayhem.
Yep. Mayhem.
Hey, how long was she with you? With Brute?
Age of 15 to 20 to 19 or 20 years old. So 5 years. Maybe 4.
Fee Sagafi?
Yeah, still here.
Still here. And why where's the kid? Where's the Nate kid?
So Nate last year. So Nate Dom, fuck, how do I start this one? Dom last year decided that after this year's games that he was going to break off, and Nate was his athlete, and so Nate just rolled with him.
Oh, okay, to Mayhem.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
And is this hard for you, these shifts, or is this normal for you? You've been in the game long enough to you're like, yep.
No, you know the hardest one. So back in the day, I used to coach Tudor and Cole Graysherber. And this was when everyone was trying to move down to Naples, and I reached out to Tudor and I was like, "Yo, what's good? Like, what are we doing?" And and he was very respectful, and he's like, "I'm gonna stay back. I'm gonna go down a different path. Stay in Washington." And then Cole, same scenario. And so that one I think was a little bit tougher for me because it felt like out of nowhere. Where now it's like, when athletes leave, I think this, like, a lot of these athletes, it's not only are they learning as athletes, but they're learning as people on how to handle things, right? So you have an athlete that's 17, 18, 19, potentially 20 years old. They haven't had tough conversations with their jobs and potentially like coach or boss. And so, they could hold on to things that are very uncomfortable until it boils over. And then then they make this decision like, I'm out, gone. Or it's like, look, if you just talk with me first, we'll find the solution. And if this isn't the solution that you want, then I can't do anything about it at that point in time. A key example is Dom. Dom is like, look, Mayhem is offering me a position over there, where I could be part of their, what's it called? Like
Performance coaching performance, something like that.
it's like a like if you're a Christian and you go out and do
Oh,
like
a
work.
mission, a mission.
Mission, exactly.
Okay,
And he
okay.
goes, "Look,
Oh,
Mayhem's offered me this position as a missionary, quote unquote." And I'm like, "Dude, I can't offer that to you." I'm like, "Take
right,
advantage of it, man." Like,
right.
and so I'm coming from a perspective of take advantage of this opportunity to go out of Florida. You've been in Naples your whole life with your wife and just go. Like, I would do it. You should do it.
I wonder what that
So
when you say mayhem mission, you mean work with the charity?
yes, and I don't know enough about it besides like my interpretation of what Dom told me,
Okay,
right?
but he's
But
not like going
essentially,
door to door preaching the gospel.
no,
It's
I
okay,
like
okay, okay.
the way I, and this could be wrong, but the way I gathered the information was they'll go into different countries, uh talk about Christianity, and in the process like build churches and potentially gyms maybe.
Okay.
That's how I gathered the information, but I could be all wrong. But again, the point is this: is him and I spoke, right? And a lot of times these athletes, they could be afraid to talk, because it's uncomfortable to express how they feel, and in the scenario of Tudor and Cole, that's essentially, I believe, is how it got, what it boiled down to was like, boom, we're here, I've already made this decision, gone. So now when athletes do it, I'm just like, I mean, it's part of the sport, and for me it gives me motivation, because it fires me up a little bit, so it gives me motivation to give even
Yes,
more
yes,
to my
yes,
athletes.
yes. How about how do you navigate it when you know someone's making a wrong decision? But if you say,
Ask them.
but if you say something because of your vested interest, you can't. Like, I have people around me who've made some really stupid decisions, and I'm
Mhm.
like, dude, you're fucking up. You should not do that. But they do it anyway. But the other decision is to stay with me.
Yeah, ask them more questions, right? Because eventually they'll say their stupidity out loud.
Right. Like, hey,
It's
what do
like,
you expect to gain over there? And they're like, this, and
yeah,
this, and what's it going to cost you? This, and this. And do you really think that? Okay.
something like that. Because once they say it out
So
loud,
manipulate them. I mean, be a good friend.
no, it's not manipulate them. It's just like,
Be a good friend.
maybe
Listen.
that's just what people do. If you're genuinely interested, you're gonna ask more questions, you
Yeah.
know, and that's just it. It's like, if I'm gonna continue to ask questions to see kind of, I want to get to the core, to the root of the reason, and by asking more questions, I'm gonna end up getting there. And they may say something that, they're like, holy shit, or they may say something that solidifies their choice even more. I don't know.
The real Kevin. If I've learned anything from this podcast, it's that Matt does well being uncomfortable. Here's the thing, Kevin, and I agree with you 100%. Here's the thing, that and there's going to be fucking 5% of the idiots listening to this podcast aren't even going to get it. They're going to be like, Sevan pushed too hard. That was inappropriate. Listen, you fucking idiots. She's a fucking powerhouse. They fuck with us on Instagram all the time with their soft launch shit. She comes on the podcast and we know she's fucking, Torres is behind her, and they're doing podcasts in front of the same fucking mirror. Like, we know something's going on. He's a fucking big boy. He can handle. Just because you're fucking uncomfortable with two men fucking hanging out, don't project any of it onto us. You fucking dipshits. Thank you. That's only 5% of you. The rest of you enjoy it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's cool. Torres is dope. He's a fucking stud.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you're fucking cool as shit.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
about to go. I'm about to go in and coach Fee over
Okay.
here. Coach her through some snatch.
Are you late already?
I did tell her it was going to be 30 minutes, so I'm gonna have to
Oh,
explain
okay.
myself. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay. So, Danielle's in good hands.
Yeah, she's gonna do
Uh,
great.
uh, uh,
Dude, she's getting hella strong.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Good. Is Fee getting hella strong?
Yeah, yeah. This. I'm really excited for Fee. This is the first year where she hasn't been dealing with any sort of injury. And like, and to me, she's finally learning how to be a high level athlete. I think in prior season, She was still in that like more volume, I got to be doing more things. Like I can't sit around. Like I got to stay moving type deal. But now she's like, I think she's starting to understand like, you know, don't try to achieve everything every single workout, every single training session is not. It's not you're trying to be the best right now. It's continue just to chip away at it, and when things will happen just how we're hoping it would happen. So excited for it.
Let me leave you
We
with.
just
Go ahead.
we just picked up another athlete, a European athlete that I think it'll be a fun athlete to have into the mix.
Boy or girl?
Girl.
Do I know her?
Not 100% sure. Like, so we
Can you tell me her name?
Not yet, but we'll
Is she good
release
walking
it.
on her hands? Is she good walking on her hands?
Yeah. She was a games athlete last year, but it'll be
Is she a
it'll be
doter? Is she a doter? Does she
No.
have no, she doesn't hail from Iceland?
No. But it'll be something that we release. Like today's legit day one of training, so that's how new it is, and I'm only giving that information to you, Sevan.
Thank you. I won't tell anyone. Now I'm going to ask you one. I've been saving the hardest question for the end. You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Talked a little bit about Danielle. Talked a little about Roman. Now, recently, it's been stated that if you do CrossFit, it can cure loneliness. Now, if I'm going to give you two statements, you have to pick one. Which one is more true? Doing CrossFit will cure loneliness, or if you're a female and you want to get rid of your boobs, CrossFit will get rid of your boobs. You can do CrossFit and get rid of your boobs. You can just CrossFit your tits just right away. Do you think that one of those statements is more true than the other? CrossFit cures loneliness, or you can just CrossFit your tits away?
I would say A. A is
Right. Cures loneliness. Okay, good. All right. But I've just started the survey.
Okay.
But it's close, right? It's close.
Yes.
I'm thinking of a new marketing program for CrossFit. Your tits are too big? Do CrossFit. You can CrossFit your tits right away.
Yes, dude. I mean, look. They are equally.
I'm looking.
Dude, they're close. They're close. Keep a strong eye on Part B.
Hey, I just really, in all honesty, I just thought of a new tagline for Brute. Do CrossFit and keep your tits. And then you have Danielle Brandon as your ambassador. Yeah. Fucking. All right. Matt Torres, you the man. Love you.
Yeah, man. Been good, like always.
Talk to you soon.
All right. See you soon.
Bye-bye. Only on the Sevan Podcast. Matt knows it's B. Everyone knows it's B. Jesus Christ. Why don't you get another piercing while you're at it, for crying out loud? Someone out there gets it. Someone out there gets what I just did at the end. Not all of you, but someone out there gets what I just did. Thank you, Mr. Burns. Thank you. Tell your wife I stared at usually my wife has the Sabbath essentials behind the sink, but we were traveling and we stayed at a couple different places over the last 2 weeks. And so I stared at the Sabbath essentials line of products, all the sprays and weird shit my wife gets from your wife. My wife loves that shit. She must like it a lot if she took it with her. Your hair looks nice today. Oh, thank you. David Weed, you did okay, dude. All right, fine. Thank you. This is why my tits are gone. Probably not you. But thank you. Yes. That's exactly I was talking to you. That's exactly who I was talking to. That's crazy. Out of fucking 428 people, the one person I was talking to got it. Holy shit. I didn't even know if you were listening. That's crazy. Who knows what I'm talking about right now? I got the craziest Greg Glassman show for you coming. You think the affiliate show is crazy? You are going to fucking trip when you find out what's happening in California and in Michigan. You are going to absolutely trip. HQ better hold on tight. Hold on tight. CrossFit your tits away. That's their new slogan. Hey, listen. That's the thing, dude. I wish you guys could get it. Measurable, repeatable, observable. You have to understand. If you know what CrossFit is, it's perfectly okay that you're going to say that I was lonely and I did CrossFit and went away. You do not want the fucking mothership saying that. Trust me. Trust me. You do not want the mothership saying that. You want the mothership to stick to the fucking facts. Now, it's okay to give anecdotal stories. You do not want them open with it. That means they've lost their way. Now we're back to CrossFit. Constantly varied, fun stuff to make you happy. Rosa 2.0. CrossFit, you can exercise your tits away. It's all, you open the door up for all that shit. I know most of you aren't going to get it. You're going to get all fucking defensive and shit. I get it. I get why you're defensive. I get why you're like, but it does reduce loneliness. I get it. I just wish you could see what I was saying. I can see what you're saying. You can't see what I'm saying. Dumb son of a bitches. Hey, what's up, Caleb? Oh, wait, where are you?
Hey.
I'm fucking you up with all these new times and shit, right? Moving around. I just jumped in the car last night from LA and just drove here.
That's crazy.
In the second half of the show, we bring on the founder of the Shadican, Caleb Beaver. Yes, that name is real. Torres thought my toothpaste was bullshit. That's crazy.
I still kind of think it's bullshit too.
No, I'm serious. I'll show you. I'm going to show you a picture of the. Fair enough. Caleb and Beaver sitting. No. Caleb and Torres sitting in a tree. KISSING.
I found out. I know you guys were talking about the prolapsed anus thing.
Oh, thank you. As you were coming into work today, I was listening, and I thought tell me.
So my wife was listening too, and she's a healthcare professional, and she told me,
there's my first prototype of my toothpaste.
Sure, it's not like a hair gel?
No, siree. Okay, go ahead. Your wife has seen a prolapsed anus?
I don't know if she's seen one, but she learned how to treat one. Apparently, if you have a prolapsed anus, if you take sugar and you just sprinkle it on the prolapsed anus, eventually it'll just kind of like slither back into your butthole.
I'm Googling that.
That's hey.
Prolapsed anus sugar. If you have difficulty reducing your prolapsed anus, apply granulated sugar to the prolapsed rectum. Let the sugar sit for 15 minutes. I'm going to bring this up to Greg tomorrow. Anytime Greg says anything bad about sugar, I'm going to talk about this. Well,
you can cure a prolapsed anus.
Kyle Landis, can you pour soda on it? Can you pour Coke on it?
Probably.
This granulated
whatever you got on hand.
Dude, it's called the stoma. If the stoma is swollen, then the swelling can be reduced by using either cold compress or sugar. The sugar works by drawing out fluid from the swollen stoma, so helping to reduce the size.
There you go.
Has your wife done that to someone?
I don't know if she's done it herself, but she definitely watched somebody do it. They were like, they were going around the hospital or trying to go to the break room and say, hey, does anybody have any sugar? And then they found like sugar packets for coffee.
Yeah.
In the break room. And they just handed them over to him and ripped them open and sprinkled them on there.
Oh, God. I don't know why I felt my butthole pucker a little bit when you did that. Hey, dude, that's the kind of thing you could sell like a packet of that sugar, like for prolapsed anus sugar for like $500 to a hospital, even though it's like an 18 cent or half a cent packet of sugar.
Brought to you by Pfizer. Granulated sugar for prolapsed anuses.
Wow. How did that conversation come up with your wife? How does that surface? Like you're just like she just hears you listening. She was in the car when you were driving over? Or?
Yeah. So as we're driving, this is actually kind of a longer story, but as we're driving over back from the gym, you
already worked out this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a beast.
As we were driving back from the gym, we were listening to the show because we were running late. And then we saw somebody with a like a fucked up trailer, and they had like lost like 30, 40
chickens.
No, plywood, pieces of plywood.
Okay.
Just like
like 4x8 biggins.
long pieces of plywood. They had
Okay.
just like flown off of their trailer because it's super windy out here today, and flown off the trailer, went all over the road. So us being nice Nebraskans, we stopped, turned around, and like blocked traffic. And then my wife and I got out and started loading him back onto his trailer. But before that happened, we had heard you and Matt talking about Brute's logo looking like a prolapse anus.
Yeah.
And she just chimes in. She goes, "Well, actually, if you fix a prolapse anus, you need to pour sugar on it."
Oh my God. And
And
did you know right away she just gave you content for the show? Like,
yeah,
are you
absolutely.
yeah. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy when you know you just got content for the show? You're like, wow, I just
Yeah.
got.
Well, it was like it was a twofer. I was like, well, now I can say like, hey, we stopped and helped this guy pick up all of the plywood
Right.
off the road. And
Did
yeah.
anyone else stop?
After we did, we
Yeah.
stopped. We like blocked
Trendsetters.
traffic,
Uh-huh.
and then probably a few more people showed up, and then well into us loading the plywood, the cops showed up and started blocking more traffic.
Was the guy all alone?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
he was by
he's
himself.
stoked. He's
Yeah.
stoked you stopped.
Yeah, he would have been fucked. It was like 30 pieces of probably 8x4 plywood.
Do you know where he was coming from? Was he just came from Home Depot or something?
Right out of the lumber yard. He had just picked up all those pieces of lumber and strapped them all on.
And any of it fucked up? Any of it
yeah, some of it's like shipped up, and
that's
and
expensive.
he was like, yeah, I gotta go like way up the road, and I like looked it up on the map, and I was like, dude, you got a ways to go. He had like 10 miles to drive, and the trailer that he had wasn't even a real trailer. He had like taken an axle from a car and put 2x4s and plywood and made his own trailer out of it. And
what did the cops say to him? Did he get in trouble?
Cops didn't even get out. They were just like, we'll just block traffic, which was actually really lucky for him because he would have been fucked. He would have had like load not properly tied down, unlicensed trailer.
Oh yeah, like that thing didn't have a reg sticker on it or brake lights on it.
No.
Damn.
Yeah. And we were like, we got out. We had a bunch of straps that we were going to give him. We're like, hey, we have straps. He's like, well, that's kind of what I had. And I was like, all right, well, good luck, buddy.
That was a good impersonation of his voice. I had a friend named Menard in black dude in high school. Hey, it was so weird. I don't know where I met Menard. I met him like in summer school or something, but he was black and all his friends were black and I was white. This was before I knew I was black. And we just integrated our two groups. It was kind of crazy. And so I would go over to his house with all my friends. So he had I would go over there. He had these 5 black friends like from Antioch and Pittsburgh, and I would bring over my fucking 5 white friends. We always hung out. Menard. Oh shit, you got a picture of it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's his trailer.
Yeah, he's bombed. Oh my God. That thing is jank.
Yeah, it's fucked up. And it's like it broke. The wood broke off a piece of it. So now it's like canted. None of the wood even sat straight after we loaded it all on there.
Do you think he made it home without it falling off again?
Shit, I don't know. He pulled over into the parking lot and like stopped. I think he was going to go get some more tie downs or something.
He needs a friend with a truck.
Yeah.
God damn, dude, that's too much wood for a makeshift trailer. That is heavy.
It didn't even fit on there. Like it was like coming over the top. Like, so this like little, where is it at? This like square of plywood that's sitting on the back as like a backstop. It was like sitting over top of it once we loaded it all on there. What's even funnier is some freaking dipshit passerby came by and started helping. And my wife was helping too. And the two of us were like moving wood. Like we do this shit all the time. And we were doing like 2 or 3 pieces of plywood at a time.
Damn.
And this guy goes, oh no, you go help the other guy because he can only carry 1. I was like, no. My wife can carry 3. You can go fuck yourself.
Oh shit. Sexist. Hey, that's
like,
fair though. I get it. That's fair.
He was just being a dipshit.
They are the weaker sex. That's fair.
Yeah, well,
just not your wife. Just not your wife.
Yeah. He watched her carry 2 to 3 pieces of plywood, probably 3 or 4 times.
Oh, so he even after using his own discernment, he still lumped her up with the rest of the mortal bitches.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Like, we just got back from CrossFit, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that's too much wood for that fucking shitty trailer. Hey, Menard. I wouldn't. If someone would have asked me, "Hey, what's that guy's name?" I'd have never remembered his name. But now that you said it, Menard, I remember. Why? What's Menard mean?
Menards is like a Lowe's in Nebraska, in the Midwest.
Oh, Devash. That's not plywood. Well, whatever it is, we all know what that. It's plywood. That's just chunks of it's just compressed wood. Whatever. What would you call that? Oh, what did Devash call it?
Particle board.
This guy is rich. Plywood is so expensive. Particle. No, that wasn't particle board.
I don't think so either. I thought it was plywood.
Some sort of. It looks some sort of pressed. Definitely not particle. Particle board's like when it's like made out of sawdust, right? Like that shit's horrible.
Maybe it is.
Look at OSB, board. Old son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's definitely not particle board.
You think 12 Daily Doses is rich?
Why? Because he keeps donating money to podcasts that he hates.
And he thinks particle board is cheap.
Oh, yeah, probably.
It's not particle board. Bring up a picture of particle board. We're about to learn something, ladies and gentlemen. Sugar on the prolapsed anus. And
particle board is what IKEA makes all their furniture from. That's not particle board.
That's particle board. That was not particle board that fell out of that truck.
Correct.
Yeah. IKEA. What you just said. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Peter getting fucking crazy and shit. Now we have a fucking professional in here. Oscillated strand board. You know there's something. Oh, is that what oscillated strand board? Oscillated. Is that what?
How about oriented strand board, Peter?
Oscillated strand board. God. Hey, none of my lights were working when I came in here this morning. Oh, it is right. It is oscillated strand board. That is what you fucking had, which is a kind of plywood. Wow, he's good. That dude works there. Or he's a contractor.
It's wood.
There's no fucking way. Yeah, oscillated strand board. Wow, look at Dave Castro is just screaming it. Cave Astro. All right. So that's a kind of plywood. It's like plywood, but cheaper. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. That dude does everything a little cheaper with his trailer and shit.
Same. There you go.
$1.99 for Caleb's good deed.
Thanks, Eaton.
All right. So you guys are wondering what you guys got for your affiliate fees. And the affiliates in California are about to fucking find out the hard way. So are the affiliates in Michigan. There is a licensure bill coming down the pipe, man. This fucking thing is probably going to pass. And it's going to trip you motherfuckers out. I've told you guys about this a lot. We've talked about this endlessly, that there's basically, for those of you who don't know, basically the way licensure works is if you want to cut hair for a living, like if I want to cut if I start cutting people's hair on my street, someone could report me to the police. It's not legal for me to cut people's hair and charge them. The state has to be able to give me something. Oh, is Caleb black too? Are you black, Caleb?
No.
No.
I'm not.
Oh, you sound disappointed. That was crazy. It is pretty fun being black.
Oh my God. Did you look at that profile picture?
Oh, it's John Young in blackface? Holy shit. Holy shit. I hope JR sees this. I'm taking a picture of that. That's crazy. Hey, dude, that's the kind of shit that's going to get people in trouble. John, you can't do that. Hey, AI, you can make anyone in blackface. Wow. I wonder. Oh my God. Hey, dude, you know who I thought that was? I thought it was like Kevin Garnett or something for a second.
Yeah.
Like I just saw it in real quick, small, and I was just like, oh, Kevin Garnett.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's crazy. I need to send that to the Illuminati. Oh, we're going to have to get some people on that. That is fucking nuts. Maybe someone already sent it in. Oh my goodness. John's gonna fucking lose his job at the Y or wherever he works. Jesus Christ Almighty. That is wild. Podcasting. podcasting. So did you listen to that whole podcast with so here's the thing, guys. There's licensure. And so basically what's happening is they're going to go after all of you people who own gyms and everyone who works in gyms, and they're basically going to say, "Hey, you can't work at a gym and train people." I saw the bill. I've been reading the bills that are coming up. They're going to say, "Hey, you want to work in a CrossFit gym? It's not enough to have a CrossFit certification. You have to pay the state this money and you have to take this test." And hey, dude, don't think I'm joking when they start saying stuff like, "You can't teach people to squat below parallel. You can't tell people not to eat sugar. You can't tell people not to eat refined carbohydrates." You just wait. You just wait. And guess who's not fighting that anymore? Who fought it all the time, dude. All the time. We would go places. I remember going to fucking endless fucking like capitals in Washington, D.C. and sitting in fucking meetings with fucking idiots. Licensure. And hey, just so you guys all know, Democrats and Republicans alike do not want licensure. That's like a fucking, like, no one wants licensure. Get ready. Get ready. It's going to get fucking weird. It's going to get weird for you guys. But don't worry. HQ will save the day. I can't wait to hear Greg talk about this on Wednesday. It's going to be nuts.
So I don't mean to like burst your bubble on this one.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. Athletic trainers.
To.
I know what you're going to say. I'm ready for you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So this bill that you were looking at is specifically for athletic trainers, which are the people who supervise as medical staff on like sporting events.
Yes.
Or like,
yes. Okay.
Like they're the ones that tape ankles and do rehab and like physical therapy stuff.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I read that's what someone tried to tell me first too, and they're like, "But don't worry, it's a slippery slope. It'll get to the gyms." But then listen to this. They define the terms in here. Athletic trainer means a person who meets the requirements of this article is registered by the committee and practices under the direction of a licensed physician or surgeon. Oh, hold on. Athletic training means the performance of those services for an athlete that require the education, training, experience required by this article. Oh wait, hold on. Educate. There's some wording in here that could easily there's some wording in here that makes it so that it could easily include, it could reach into your gym. Now, granted, they might not with this, but it's a slippery slope, right?
Right. I understand doing it for athletic trainers because they're not doctors. And they practice under a doctor.
Yeah, but you don't want doctors are there to fucking find only things that are wrong. They'll slow down the healing process so quickly.
Yeah, I don't want doctors having any sort of grasp or like ability to change things that go on in a gym by any means.
There was already something in here that said that the trainers can't say that they can there was something in here that basically I just read that basically said that they wouldn't be able to tell you, "Hey, if you stop eating sugar, that will go away." They won't be able to say that. Here's I don't think doses. I don't think this is a nuance that people who are paying for private service, aka gym memberships, will be protected from this. No, I don't think that's the right word, protected. I'm not sure. This first round, though, Caleb is right. It's targeted trainers, but there are things in here that make it so, they could easily stretch this arm into your CrossFit gym. I mean, look at people who cut hair for a living in their private house. That's illegal. They can reach right into your house. We saw that lady in Utah, that lady who was braiding people's hair, who had her business shut down because she wasn't licensed to braid hair. It's going to get weird. Oh. Oh, Travis. Hey, Travis, you know what I was thinking the other day? I was thinking about you calling in. I appreciated it, by the way. Requiring doctors to go to school is a slippery slope. They must love you. Let me guess. You work in the government. You were saying that we were being, Hiller and I were being negative, and I was thinking about that the other day. And it's interesting that you say it's negative. That I think that's propaganda. If I tell you that crossing the street is dangerous because you could get hit by a car, crossing the street on a red light is dangerous, you could get hit by a car, and you say, hey, why are you so negative? It's just propaganda. That was just manipulation on your part. Oh, it does. Halpin. Okay. The bill specifically excludes personal trainers. Where is that, Halpin?
It's 2529.8.13 section G. Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
So this part of it says the requirements of this article shall not apply to any of the following. And it says a person performing personal training, including recommending weight management or exercise to improve strength, conditioning, flexibility, and cardiovascular performance.
All right.
Which is interesting because that's part of being an athletic trainer. But whatever.
Michigan's got one that looks like it's coming down the pipe pretty hard, and those are the two that I saw. That's important shit to watch. It'll still be great to hear Greg talk about this. It's kind of like Sevi only read the headline. I have no formal education, exercise science, yet the people who can't slang a barbell like me, so who knows more about pumping iron?
It's interesting.
Travis B loves, or was it Mike Halpin? I can't remember which person said it. But Mike Halpin and Travis B, they don't give a fuck what anyone says. If a doctor says you should eat canola oil, you should eat canola oil. Listen to authority.
Somebody I know, we were trying to get them to start going to CrossFit, going to our affiliate. And the first thing they said is like, oh, well, I got to go talk to my doctor first before I can see if I can start working out. I said, do you know what your doctor knows about exercise? Absolutely nothing.
Zero. God, that shit is just steeped in fucking legal fucking blah, blah, blah. So Sevan was wrong again. Oh, Halpin, I don't recall saying that. Okay, I'll dump it on Travis B then. No, I don't think I was wrong at all, actually. Give it time, buddy. Give it time. You see a seedling, I see a sunflower plant. That doesn't mean I'm wrong. Tomorrow we got an affiliate on, small affiliate, tiny affiliate, 60 members, I think. 40 members?
Where are they from?
I wish I knew. They sent me, all I remember is they sent me a DM, and it was like a paragraph telling me about they basically have a mom and pop affiliate and that they love it and they got a strong community. I was like, oh, they'd be good. I'd love to have them come on and find out how many women have lost their tits from working out there. I lost my tits, but I'm not lonely anymore. CrossFit. It's true. You do exercise your tits away. It is true. That's true. And actually, what's crazy is that's measurable, observable, and repeatable. You can measure the titties.
It's true.
No, not a survey, but with measurements.
Real measurements.
Yeah, real measurements.
Standardized.
No, I apologize, Richie. You're right. I'm way behind. Does Sevy know the Muppets and Sesame Street are not the same thing? Although I did not conflate the two outwardly, I was conflating them in my head. You were accurate in that, and I admit to that. Sesame Street. Okay, so it was Sesame Street that took. Okay, I'll let the Muppets off. Really, Kermit the Frog didn't do both Sesame Street and the Muppets. Kermit was not a. Okay. All right.
Kermit was in the Muppets.
He was? No,
Yeah.
but was he in Sesame Street?
I don't think he was in Sesame Street.
Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. Mike Halpin. Some people here believe and see everything they read and hear without their own investigation. I agree. But some people, you tell them that a man was hit by a car and it was a Corvette, and it was actually a Cadillac, and they can't get past the fact that that has nothing to do with the story, what kind of car hit them. And they perseverate on it. And it was really just a story about like we do. Like did it it didn't really matter whether it was plywood or oscillated plywood. We fell into the weeds. But that being said, in our defense, we are aware that we fell into the weeds, and that's what's the charming part of this show. I did. Thank you. I was one step ahead of you. I just put it into it. I don't know if it's similar. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, wow. Bernie Gannon. Bert from Bert and Ernie and Andrew Hiller have similar haircuts. I will not believe that just because Bernie said it. I will investigate on my own. Bert. Sesame Street. See if I can beat that. Wow. Okay. All right.
Really?
I don't know. Bert and Ernie are gay, right?
Supposedly.
Hiller gay? Hiller's not gay, is he?
I don't think so.
Madeline Egbert, before you believe Sevy's nonsense about exercising the titties away, please investigate Danielle Brandon and Sporty Beth. Fight card was insane. I feel bad for Colby. I like both Colby and Leon Edwards. This past weekend, Colby Covington and Leon Edwards fought for the welterweight championship of the world. And except for the final fucking minute of the 5th round, fucking Leon was spanking him. I don't know about spanking him, just in control of the fight. Yeah, Colby fucked up.
Yeah, he kind of acted like a dickhead leading up to that.
Oh, I missed the lead up.
He was like joking on Leon's dead dad and shit, calling out people's wives, and yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like the way he handled that.
A 70 analogy. Oh, and he was making fun of Leon's dead dad too, right? Is that what he said? Yeah,
that's what I said.
A 70 analogy a day keeps the loneliness away. TDs.
But Josh Emmett fucked up Bryce Mitchell.
Oh my goodness.
30
Josh
seconds.
Emmett came on the show and Bryce Mitchell didn't. There you go.
Yeah,
Dude,
there you go.
Let's get him back on. What was his
Josh
name?
Emmett?
Josh Emmett? Yeah. Okay.
Josh Emmett.
Josh Emmett.
He was cool. I liked him.
Yeah. It's an intimate show. I'm gonna see. Do I have his email? Josh Emmett.
Yeah, Josh Emmett came out, but Bryce Mitchell right in the face, had him seizing on the ground for like 5 minutes. He hit him so hard, but Bryce Mitchell took that fight on like 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah, how about the fact that he was having a seizure on the ground? That was fucking nuts.
He just knocked the life out of him.
I can't find his email. I wonder if we text with him. Souza, Josh Emmett. Can we get Josh Emmett back on? I thought he was going to fight for the title a while back.
I think he took some time off. I think he said he was injured or something. And then Patty the Batty just ripped on David Goggins. I thought that was amazing.
Oh, he did? In the post-fight interview?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I'm trying to find it. It was great.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't believe
He's like, I'm better than fucking David Goggins.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see if I can find that. This picture of Josh Emmett is fucking great too.
Damn.
Look how flat his foot is.
Whoa. What the fuck, dude? Look at his big toe is like a hand on his other foot.
He's got crazy bunions.
Wow. Wow. Broken foot arches. That's what that is? Can't you just walk around? Shouldn't all jiu-jitsu guys have huge arches because they're always walking around barefoot?
I would imagine, but I've seen more flat-footed jiu-jitsu players or MMA fighters than I've seen people with arches.
God damn. I wonder if that's the end of John Young. I wonder if he's going to be canceled now for doing blackface. All right, I'm lost. Oh, what is this? Oh. All right, guys. Happy Monday. I am back in the office. I don't have all my lights. I don't got all my shit. My camera's not focused properly. I'm gonna get all that shit fixed. Oh, you want to see if the phone works? Here, let's see if the phone works. The phone was working great with the shitty Roadcaster when I was on the road. Let's see if we can get the phone to work now. Hello? Hey. Caller, hi. Hey.
What's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you.
Oh, good.
Can you hear me?
I'm trying to figure out which mic.
Shit.
Okay, there we go. I hear you. Let's do it. What's up?
You hear me?
Yeah.
What's good?
Up? What's up?
Hey, what's up? Okay, this is Dusty Willard.
Hey.
Went to the Expanding Horizons training this past weekend.
Oh, with the Schindeldecker. Holy shit, Dusty.
With Schindeldecker.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, let's hear it.
Amazing.
Why did you go? Dusty, do you own an affiliate? Why'd you go?
I don't.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
So backstory.
Yeah.
Listen to this show.
Uh-huh.
When you had Matt on about a year ago, right?
Yep.
And then the Dale King documentary.
Yep.
I'm a man of faith, and so I had a Jesus moment riding my bike, and felt the calling to start a program in my community that is basically nothing but helping people. You know,
Do you have
that's
kids?
what CrossFit
Do you have
does.
kids?
I have a 7-year-old, but I also have 4 in heaven. That it makes me think a little different. You know?
You have 4 kids that have passed?
Yes. Our first child was a stillborn. 2 months after, or 2 weeks after my wife got a recommended vaccine. Sorry, 49er. Tdap. It's actually pretty common that 2 weeks after that, that the baby will stop growing, and that's it.
And what happened to the Dusty? What happened to the other three?
So then shortly after, I mean, our 7-year-old he was 2 months preemie, and so he was born actually 9 months, almost to the day that our first one passed. And then in between him and our last one was so we went to the midwife. Everything was going great. And then my wife's a small woman. She ended up, I thought I was going to lose both of them, honestly. Her blood pressure dipped. And by the time we got to the hospital, it had been 7 minutes without oxygen. And so he was brain dead.
It was twins? It was twins?
No.
Oh.
No, our last one, sorry.
Oh.
That was in 2020. So there was no way in hell we wanted to have it in a hospital. We're very anti established medical.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to have it naturally. And it was just a freak complication. And she just couldn't get the head through. Her hips are she's small. So he was on life support for a week, and then we had to make the decision to pull him off. There was no brain activity. So
wow.
And then between those two, we've had 2 miscarriages. So it's been an interesting 7 years.
Yeah.
And it's if I wasn't a man of God, I probably wouldn't be here today, honestly.
Too much to deal with.
It's a lot to deal with.
Yeah. How's your wife?
She's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
she's doing great. We're just thankful for the awesome 7-year-old we have.
Yeah.
Homeschooling.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, all of it.
Boy or girl?
He's an awesome kid. Boy.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah, I got the 2 7-year-olds. It's awesome. It's crazy, dude.
It's crazy.
It's so fun. They're so weird. I just drove in the car with them for 6 hours, and just the shit that they were saying is so fucking hilarious. I'm just dying the whole time. I have so many questions for them.
Exactly. I mean, they're smart.
Yeah.
Kids are smart. They haven't been brainwashed with all the bullshit of society.
And then I'm in the front seat with my wife, and whenever my 7-year-old says something that's hilarious, I give my wife this look, and finally he's like, "Why do you keep looking at her like that when I talk?" I'm like, "Oh, you." Okay. So you're on your bike and you have this moment with Jesus, and you're like, "Man, I want to change people's lives," and yet you don't own an affiliate. And but you want to work with kids. You get this calling to work with kids, and you're like, "Yep, it's the Schindel-Decker thing." And so and how's that going to work if you don't have an affiliate?
I don't have an affiliate yet.
Oh, okay.
Working on that right now. Taking the level 1 here in January up in Omaha.
Yeah.
So it'll be.
Oh, really?
And there's yeah. You going
Maybe
there,
I'll
Caleb?
see you there.
Awesome.
When are you taking it in January, you said?
Yes.
Cool. We'll definitely see you there.
Awesome.
And so basically what you want to do is you want to open up a center. Well, tell me about the what's it called? Expanding Horizons seminar. It's 1 day?
Expanding Horizons, yes. 1 day it was packed. We started at 8:30 and we went till 5:30. We had a 2-3 minute pee breaks and a 5-minute lunch.
And they're basically telling you how you can run a program. Well, you tell me. What? Give me the 3 sentences, big picture. What did you learn there?
What did I learn there?
Yeah, just big, super high. The 1,000,000-foot view.
how to deal with individuals that have trauma.
And how to make a business out of it. Also,
we didn't really touch the business. I've been on the
Okay.
phone with Matt and Debbie. We're kind of handling the business side. She handles it case by case, I believe. And so this training was it was how to deal with trauma the athletes have. And it was amazing. I mean, there's stuff that I brought home that I'm going to incorporate into my own, my son, helping him through homeschool, because he's a very smart kid. He hates sitting there and freaking just doing shit he already knows.
hey, did it help you with your trauma? Do you think you were able to work on some of your trauma there? You're like, oh shit, that resonates with me. I've been
1,000%.
I've been through some shit.
1,000%. I mean, there's everybody there. Everybody's been through shit, but a lot of people there. I think at one point nobody had a dry eye.
Wow.
Everybody had some tears in there, and it was a pretty diverse group. It was really cool just to see everybody's background. And
any dwarfs in there? Any dwarfs? Any dwarfs?
No,
not
no
that
dwarfs.
Diverse. Not that diverse.
No, true.
Wait, didn't you go in? Where was it? Where was the seminar?
It was at CrossFit Crave. There in Salina, Ohio.
Oh, all right. There were no Armenians there either, I bet.
No.
All right, just checking.
There was a black guy though, so I mean that's good.
There you go. All right.
Oh, and a woman. So we had that diversity.
And a bald guy. Was Schindeldecker there? Does Matt show up?
Yeah, Matt was there the whole time.
Okay, cool. So I can't believe you're gonna do this. I'm so excited. Keep me posted. I don't mean to be a fucking act like an adult, but do you have a timeline when you're gonna open this up and start and get your first class in, get your first kid in? Can you do it out of another affiliate? Why can't you use a local affiliate in your area to get your first couple of kids?
There's a gym here that allows personal trainers to come in. They have all the equipment. I've already talked to the guy. For $400 a month, he's going to let me come in and run as many classrooms as I can.
Okay, let me test you out. You get your first 16-year-old kid in there, right? Okay.
I'm
going to test you out. Fuck you, honky. You don't know shit. I ain't doing no pull-ups. Fuck you.
All right. Just sit over here. No, we went through that exact scenario.
No shit.
Saturday.
Okay.
A lot of it was role playing.
Yeah.
And we went to the exact scenario. I now know what to do and what not to do.
Okay.
I would just have, I'm not going to go chasing after the kid.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask him to sit over to the side and just observe. The worst thing you could do would be chase after the kid, because then you've lost him. You lost his trust. He's not coming back.
Hey, that's what Torres is doing with Danielle Brandon. He's not chasing her, but he did send a chaperone named L. Keep an eye on her.
I don't know. I might chase that one. I don't know.
There you go. Rambler says, Willard, you better ask your wife about that $400 per month. Hey, I'm so excited that you're doing that.
She's all in.
And you're saying the seminar was packed and was worth every second?
The amount of information that we received, they definitely undervalued it in terms of cost. It was well worth it. I mean, for any coach out there, well worth it. For any father out there, well worth it.
Awesome. All right. Well, hey, will you call back and keep us posted?
Oh, heck yeah.
All right. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing your story too. Yep. Good to hear from you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Wow. What a fucking life. Lost 2 babies at birth. Fuck. What was he saying? That his wife got an injection 2 days before? She took a vaccine 2 weeks fucking before the baby was born?
Yeah, I think he said it was Tdap. That's one that they'll usually recommend people get when you're pregnant? Or if you're the significant other, because children are more likely to get the acellular pertussis, which is whooping cough.
Oh.
So they just say, well, you get Tdap, and then all the adults that'll be around to get Tdap as well, because they could just be carriers of it and pass it along to the kid.
I think my mom had whooping cough like a couple years ago.
Really? Oh, I guess maybe elderly too. I don't know.
I think she just fought it off. Just did some sit-ups or something.
Yeah, I think when you're an adult, it's no big deal.
Oh, here it is. Chris Carter. Tetanus, diphtheria, and pertussis.
And acellular pertussis, not just pertussis.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Holy shit, Mrs. Burns! I lost a job recently because I wouldn't get Tdapt. I had to get Tdapt. Cave Dastor had to get the Tdapt.
Probably if you work with kids or like preemies and stuff.
Why let no one tap nothing? Okay. God, yesterday was the worst show I ever did. In 1,500 shows, yesterday was the worst show. Here's the thing. It was just horrible. I fucking hated myself after the show. I never hate myself. I think it was because I just not enough getting up an hour early. I just wasn't on my A game. I was a little tired. Now I'm back to my regular schedule. At least that's the excuse I'm giving. I'm fine with it. More sleep, sharper. Asymmetric ears. You said the show was going to be funnier, dude. It's been pretty funny lately, dude. That line that I fucking 360 under the leg reverse dunked when I said, "Does CrossFit cure loneliness?" Or, "Hey, can we do a quick poll, or should we save it for tomorrow?" Are you around tomorrow?
No, I'm not around tomorrow, actually.
Oh, you're picking up plywood? You already know?
No, I have an interview, very important interview tomorrow.
For a job? You're getting a job?
Not really. It's for a clearance.
Okay. Oh, so it's a job. It doesn't. Let me stop beating around the bush. Does it interfere with your ability to work from 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time? When I use the word work, I use that term very loosely.
not currently.
With your chance to babysit and peck at a keyboard. Okay, good. All right. No. Jesus Christ, he's scaring me. So just the interview will interfere, but not the actual outcome of the interview. Should not.
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, quick poll. CrossFit is more likely to cure loneliness. You have to choose. I know it's tough. Or remove titties. That's what we have to. That's what we have to figure out. Remove titty. Do you think CrossFit is more likely to? Do you think it's more effective? Is CrossFit more effective at removing titties or curing loneliness? Curing loneliness. You know, it cures loneliness to stop telling your fucking self the story that you're lonely, whatever story you got going. That's why he's not wearing his jacket. Caleb's got it pressed and dressed for his interview.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
No, nothing's wrong with small titties. I nothing's wrong at all. I'm just saying that CrossFit, you can CrossFit your titties right away. Hey man, runners, you can run that. Oh, look at that. Wow. In real time. This is crazy. I want to get a vote in here. How do I vote? I go over to YouTube. I'm getting in a vote.
Yeah, go on YouTube and then it's in the chat on the show.
Okay, I'm going to go to the Sevan Podcast. The Sevan Podcast. Here we go. Just cut into my wheel wad viewing. Oh, here we go. How do I just click on remove? Oh, here.
Yeah, you click one of the options.
Oh no, it asked me if I want. Oh, I can't vote.
Or using the podcast YouTube?
I guess. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, look at that. Let it be known.
Hear ye.
This is crazy, ladies and gentlemen, in real time. Removing the titties at 70%, curing loneliness at 30%. We are nowhere near neck and neck. Get your votes in now. Well, only a few minutes left in this, and this is a study, in this peer-reviewed study, all with CrossFit experts. We've acquired 364 of the biggest CrossFit experts in the world assembled, voting on the efficacy of CrossFit. Yes, Bernie Gannon weighs in. Science.
That's right.
With 1 minute ago, in 1 minute, we already have what looks like it's going to be a landslide victory. But hey, listen, you can remove your titties and cure your loneliness. That's actually the side effect. They didn't tell you that in the study, that in the CrossFit article. Now, listen, I want to tell you something. There is one small side effect if you're a woman. If you want your loneliness cured, you have to trade your titties in.
Would you rather do CrossFit or would you rather have titties?
Do you want to have titties or would you rather be lonely? Loneliness is a story you tell yourself. I was trying to explain that to someone the other day, and they're like, loneliness is a story you tell yourself only when you're alone. They're like, well, the fact that sugar causes diabetes is just a story. I'm like, oh, fuck. Really?
Here we go.
I know. I'm like, oh, God. Well, I have to explain to you the difference between reality and your thoughts, you fucking ding-dong. May lose titties, but will gain a dump truck. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Dump truck hotties. All right. Looks like smaller boobs, but a nicer body. There you go. Marisa Hinojosa. Some big tits at my gym, and they've been doing CF for years and relatively lean.
Oh, boob job.
That's right where you go, boob job?
Yeah.
I mean, like there are some girls with boobs at the highest level, which is just crazy. Danielle Brandon, Emily Rolfe.
That's true. There are some anomalies.
There's a handful of others I just don't feel comfortable saying their name.
Really?
Ariel Lowen keeps her boobs. Her boobs come and go.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Not that I'm looking. I just read about it in the paper.
Must have been a Morning Chalk Up article.
I just saw it in the Morning Chalk Up. Emily Rolfe has a job. That's why she got to keep her boobs. She has a day job.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some small prints, some footnotes. If you have a day job and you're an elite athlete, you get to keep your tits. All right. There you go. We're good. So 70% of the people think it's CrossFit is more effective at removing titties than curing loneliness. 30% think it's loneliness is and the science is in. All right. Thank you. Does that live up there? Does that poll live up there or no? When you stop it, it's done.
Yeah, once the stream's over, it'll go away unless I end it right now.
That's too bad. This needs to be a subclip. Right?
Yeah.
The
Continuation
science,
of the
the science is in.
It's true.
This isn't a survey, this is science. We have experts here. This is when you have all the experts voting, it's simultaneously peer reviewed and the study happens simultaneously. All right. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow. I don't think we have a guest. No, we have an affiliate tomorrow. Or maybe Tyson Bagent. I don't know what's going on. See you guys later. I will be back today because I guess it'll be the Dave Castro Weekend Review today. Usually on Mondays. So
if you post it.
Is it up yet?
I don't think so.
Man, CrossFit's CrossFit's been posting a lot. Oh no, wait, let me see. Oh no, they've gone on a little break again. It's been 12 days. Shit. Uh-oh, they ran out of steam.
They must be
Reloading.
yeah. The cycle this is their rest cycle.
2 weeks of rest.
Yep. It's a month-long Tabata.
Their CrossFit's YouTube page, their thumbnails have a look, their own look to them now.
I also noticed it's not as hard to find it when you search CrossFit on YouTube.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
like, I only have to take like one scroll and then I find it, which is
So
kind of nice.
yeah, that's cool. So basically, oh yeah, look, they're right at the top for me. Holy shit, look at this. Well, maybe that's because I was just on their page, but this is crazy.
That happened to me like a couple weeks ago too.
This is crazy. Good job, guys. Kudos to Don Fall. Hats off. Type in CrossFit and it's number 1 and number 3. Crazy. Wow. And then it's all Danny Spiegel from there on out. Look at all the Danny Spiegel. She owns CrossFit. Badunkadunk.
But don't look at her.
Noah Tia. Some guy that's a hybrid athlete. I don't even know what that is. What is this guy? Rich Froning. Oh, look, you can see in real time over here on this thumbnail me scrolling through the scrolling.
That's weird. Inception.
Bye-bye.